Okay, so I hope my voice is clear. It's crystal clear. My video and audio, is that okay? It's clear, right? You can give me a thumbs up. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So today, this is a session, a webinar on how to choose your right optional. So optional subject plays a crucial role in the civil services examination. So that is the reason why we are taking this decision, because you all are in the early stages of your preparation journey, and this is the right time to decide which optional you have to choose. Okay, so if you are very confident about one particular optional, then you can actually go on with that. You can take a proper decision according to that. You can also study. You can actually plan your timetable. Everything will be easy for you. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm taking this session for you. It is regarding the optional, the right optional selection. So we will have our doubt clearing towards the end of the session. So after we complete the entire session, we will have our doubt clearing. So make sure that you are there for the whole session. So we might take 1 hour, maximum 1 hour 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll be able to finish the session before that itself. Okay, so that is the whole duration of the this particular session. So thank you so much for joining this session. Everybody who have actually joined this session, thank you so much, because we are here to learn. And like I already say in my sessions, this session is also something really practical, which means you have to take certain notes. Okay, very important. You have to take notes, and also you have to answer some of my questions. Like I already told you, it is not the complex questions that I'm going to ask. These are all simple questions which will help you, or which will enhance your preparation strategy. Okay, so with that, I would like to share my screen. So please make sure that the screen is visible. Okay, so and you need to inform me also. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So here also you can give me a thumbs up. Okay. So the right optional subject for UPSC civil service exam. So now you have to write in your notepad, what is the relevance of a UPSC optional subject? What is the relevance of optional subject selection in the UPSC examination? Why do you think that selecting the right optional subject is really, really important for this examination? Why do you think so? You can just write it in your notepad. You don't need to tell me, you just write it down. Why do you think? I'll give you some time for that. So this is a question that we are asking us. So that will trigger us for the whole session. That will actually give that attention for the whole session. So you have to tell me why you think selecting the right optional is important for civil service examination. If you have finished writing, you can just give me a thumbs up. If you have finished writing, if you can give me a thumbs up. I'm pretty sure that there are multiple reasons for it, why you are actually very keen about choosing the right optional. Multiple reasons, but some of those reasons you can actually share with me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So now you have that clarity why optional subject selection is very important. So let's see some of the important aspects in this slide, through this slide. First one, why optional subject is important. These are general things. Okay, you may be having your own reasons behind why you need to choose the right optional. Okay, one thing is like it is the high scoring potential. So optional subject give us high scoring potential. If you are selecting the right optional, you have a lot of chances to increase your mark. You know the importance of 1 mark in this examination when more than 4 lakh people are appearing for this examination, the importance of 1 mark is really, really important. Okay, it's so significant. And when you're actually coming to the mains only, the relevance of optional comes, but there also you may be having around 15,000 average. 15,000 students will be writing this examination, so there also 1 mark is very, very important. Okay, so if you can score more marks, that will definitely reflect in your overall marks, that will reflect in your rank also. Okay, the second one is the personal strength. You can use your personal strength. If you look at general studies subjects, general studies 1, general studies 2, 3, 4, all these subjects are actually equal for everyone. So all those who are actually attempting this examination, main examination, it is common for all. Okay, there is no difference. How you are approaching, maybe the approach or strategies may be different, but the topics that you are going through, or the subjects that you are actually studying, all are same, right? But in the case of an optional, you can actually utilize your personal strength, because not everybody will be taking the same optional for this examination. There are multiple optional subjects available, so people will be selecting different optional subjects which are convenient for them. So you can use your strength, your core area, to improve marks, and also you can select the core subject that you feel like you are confident in. You can choose that subject for this examination. Now it will give you a comparative advantage. Like I've already told you, general studies subjects is equal and same for all, but in this particular subject, you can actually improve your marks, right? So if you can score really well, that will make a change in the overall marks, the total marks. Okay, you will understand once we go into the upcoming slides. You will understand the relevance of it. Now the last one is influence on overall preparation. That is what we are actually saying. Overall, it will give you, an upper hand. If you are confident in your optional, no, if you are really good at that particular subject, then that will give you an upper hand in this particular examination. These are some of the reasons why optional subject selection is really, really crucial. And you will be having your own, the reasons or the strategies why you are actually choosing the right optional subject. Everybody will have your own ideas regarding that. Okay, so this is a common understanding regarding the optional subject. Now, these are some of the common, ideas or common advices or common guidance that we get regarding the selection of an optional subject. Or we can say that these are some of the parameters in which the UPSC civil service aspirant is selecting their optional subject. Some of the parameters. Let me explain to you. 1, interest. Whether the UPSC aspirant, whether you have interest in the subject or not, that is the first question. Now, whether the entire syllabus is small, what is the size of this syllabus? If it is small, okay, if it is very less to cover, then you will feel like, okay, this is more convenient for me, this is more comfortable for me. Then whether it is a scoring subject. In the examination, people used to tell us like this particular subject is really, really scoring one. Okay, maybe psychology or sociology or geography, all these subjects are considered to be scoring one. People used to tell us, I'm not telling you, people used to tell us throughout the examination process. So that will also become one of the parameters for selecting the optional subject. Now, whether this optional subject, the subject that you're actually going to choose, whether it has some relevance in the general studies paper, or do you find any overlap of the topics in the general studies paper? So if your subjects topics are actually overlapping with the general studies papers, then that will be more easy for you. You don't need to go through a lot of things because your work will be less, because whatever you're studying here, you're actually studying here also. You don't need to spend extra time for that. Now, whether it is actually helping in your essay. Essay is a very important area that will also determine your marks in the total marks in the examination. 250 marks is there for the essay. So whether this particular subject will be helping you in essay, That is another important parameter. Now, interview. When you're going to interview, whether the subject that I'm choosing, whether it is contributing to me or supporting me in my interview performance, that is the next question or next parameter. Now, whether that subject is easy or not. Okay, we have some common perceptions regarding certain subjects that it is an easy subject. And there are certain perceptions like one particular subject is really, really difficult. Okay, so in my case, I always look at mathematics as a difficult subject. But there are students who always say that mathematics is really easy for me. History is the difficult subject for me, they used to tell us. So this can happen. So whether that subject is easy for you or not. Now, foundation. So what I mean by foundation is whether you have studied that particular subject in your previous classes or in your graduation. Okay, if you have studied that particular subject in your graduation, then you may have a foundation on that. I'm not saying you have a clear-cut foundation on that subject. I will not say that, because most of us will get a degree, but that doesn't mean that whatever we have studied is there inside our mind, or it is there in our memory, or we have understood everything and studied. It doesn't mean that. If you have scored really good marks, distinction or A plus or whatever in your examination or in your mark sheet, that doesn't matter regarding your understanding regarding that subject. Okay, so if somebody have graduated in history, they may have got more than 80% mark or 80% mark in the overall examination, but that doesn't mean that that person is having an upper hand or very strong in that particular subject, history. Sometimes that person may be, that aspirant may be, but most of the times, no, marks is something else, understanding is something else, most of the times. But sometimes you can see that there are students who perform really well in their examination, and also in their understanding they will be really, really good. After they graduate also, they will be able to tell you the concepts which they have already studied in their graduation. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to discuss about the foundation. Okay, now guidance. If I'm choosing this particular subject, will I get the proper guidance? Or do you have anybody near me, or in my circle, friend circle, or in my mentor circle, or in my teacher circle? Will I get a support system for actually studying this particular subject? That is another important parameter. Now, the materials. Do we have proper materials available for this examination? This particular subject, do we have proper materials or not? That is another important area that you need to focus on. Now, the toppers optional. This is a very interesting area. Okay, whenever people would like to choose the optional, they will look at the toppers, and people will tell us also. They will say that, okay, the topper of 2024 or 2023 examination has actually chosen this particular optional, so you should also go with that. So this will also become a parameter for you. Okay, now there is something called as UPSC report, UPSC submit a report. In that report, UPSC says that the percentage of people who have actually passed this examination, especially in connection with the subjects they have actually chosen. So they will show us some percentage. So that will also become a parameter for the selection process. Okay, so am I right? Whatever I have actually discussed right now, can you agree to me that these are some of the parameters in which people used to select their optional? You can just type it in the chat section. If it is yes, you can give me yes. Or if you have something else to add also, you can actually add in the chat section. I'm waiting for you. Yeah. Yes. Do you have something else to add? Which I missed in this particular slide. I think I have included most of the things in which people used to select or used to consider while they select their optional subject. Did I miss anything? Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Yeah. Okay. So, which means these are some of the important, parameters in which people used to select their optional subject. Okay, now let us move into the details of it. What are the important areas that we need to focus on while selecting your optional subject? So before that, you should understand the mains examination pattern, especially the marks. Okay, the marks, how the marks is actually given for each paper. You need to have an idea. The first two papers is fine, compulsory Indian language and English. Those are qualifying papers. Now we have an essay paper which carries 250 marks, and all the general studies subjects also carries 250 marks. And now when we are coming to optional paper, we are having 500 marks. Together, optional 1 and optional 2 give us 500 marks. So if you perform really well in this, you have all chances. Okay, if you really perform well, okay, if you understand the concepts properly and write it in the examination, you have all chances to score more than 300. Okay, more than 300. But on an average, maybe from 225 to 300 you will be able to score if you have written that examination really well. Now let's see the total marks. The total marks is 2025, the total marks, and out of this marks only will be deciding your entry into the civil service examination, because the total marks includes mains examination, that is the written examination mark, plus the interview marks, that is the personality test mark. So for the main examination, written examination, we are having around 1750 marks. How 1750 marks? Because we are not including the paper A and paper B, that is compulsory Indian language and English paper, because they are qualifying papers. That mark will not be counted for the evaluation purpose. Now plus interview, that is the personality test, 275 marks will be given for the personality test. So overall, when you are actually adding, you can see that 2025 marks is the total, and out of that, if you are scoring really well, you will get the chances to enter into services. Now you answer me this question: for a person to get first rank in the civil services examination, approximately on an average, out of 2025, what mark that person should get? You can just type it in the chat section. You can guess and you can actually type it. Approximately 1100, 1200. Yeah, very good. You are actually coming very close to the examination mindset. Okay, so you are very close to that examination mindset right now. 1100, 1200. Yes, approximately the same. So let's see some of the important results in the last 3 years. Okay, the last examination was in 2023, 2022 and 2021. So what was the mark given for the first rank holder? For written examination, the first rank holder has got 899 marks. Written examination. So out of how many marks? How much? 1750. Out of 1750, that person has got 899. And in personality test, out of 275 marks, that person has got 200, and together 1099. So almost same, 1100. Now second rank holder has got 892 in the written marks, then personality test 175, and totally 1067. In 2022, the first rank holder has got 901 mark in written examination, 193 in the personality test, and overall total 1094. Second rank holder has got 876, 187, total 1063. In 2021, the first rank holder has got 932. That's a really good mark. Comparing to all these marks, no, you can see that that's a really good mark. And then in the personality test, 173. So total 1105. Now in 2021, the second rank holder 871 in written examination, in personality test 179, and the total mark is 1050. 50. Okay, so I'm talking about the toppers, the first two rank holders. Okay, the toppers are actually getting out of 2025, they are getting 1,100 marks on an average. Okay, 1,100 marks. So almost 1,000 marks less from the total marks. Okay, so which means 50%, almost 50 to 55%. If we can actually score 50 to 55% on in the entire examination, out of the entire marks, you will be able to get the first 10 ranks. You will be there in the first 10 ranks. Especially you will be there in the first rank if you are actually scoring 55% marks. So that is what it indicates. This data is actually indicating, which means when you're actually studying in your graduation, in your academics, you can see that we are all aiming at 80%, 90%, 95%. But here in this examination, you don't require all those marks. Okay, at least minimum 50% mark, then you are there. Okay, so that is what you need to understand from this. Okay, now let's see. So I hope this is a new information for you. So if it is a new information, then definitely you are a little relaxed, right? You don't need to score 90% or 80% or something like that. 50% is enough. But that 50%, scoring that 50% is a challenging task. If your preparation is really proper, then it is not going to be a challenging one. If your preparation is not that strong, it will definitely be a challenging task. Now, these are the important optional subjects available for you. These are the important optional subjects available for you. So you can see subjects starting from agriculture to zoology. Then there are literature subjects also. So to make it more clear to you, because this is, they are actually given in a alphabetical order. So to make it more clear to you, I have actually given this type of a classification. Okay, so here you can understand that what are some of the social science subjects, what are some of the science subjects, management subjects, and engineering subjects. The social science subjects are anthropology, economics, geography, history, law, philosophy, PSIR, psychology, public administration, sociology. Now coming to the science subjects, agriculture, animal husbandry and veterinary science, botany, chemistry, geology, mathematics, medical science, physics, statistics, zoology. Now coming to management and commerce and accountancy and management. And in the engineering part, you will be having civil engineering, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. So these are the important subjects, optional subjects. And apart from that, you have the option to choose any literature. So these language literatures you can actually choose: Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, and English. Any of these literatures also you can actually choose in this examination. So it is very, very important. Okay. So which one is more convenient for you to understand? This particular slide or this slide? Which one is more convenient for you? Second one. Okay, good. Thank you. The second one is more convenient. You can actually look at this once again. Just take a moment and then go through it once again. You can just read it. I'll give you some time. Social science, science, management, and engineering. Now you can relate the subject also. And out of the subjects, how many of you have already decided I will be choosing this particular subject, or you have a confusion regarding whether to choose this subject or this subject? At least you are clear about choosing a subject. You know one or maximum 3 subjects in your list, and out of that 3 subjects you need to choose one. How many of you are in that particular state of mind? How many of you are there in that particular state of mind? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So 2 people are there in that state of mind, which means you have already decided about two or three subjects, and out of that, which subject I should go with, that you are a little confused. Okay, now let's clear that. In this session itself, let's clear that, because I'm not going to tell you that you have to choose the subject, but I'll be helping you how to choose that subject. Okay, now this is the first step. Okay, for identifying which subject to choose, this is the first step. If all of you are beginners in this examination, if you think that you are a beginner, or if you have already prepared for this examination or already given one attempt also, absolutely fine. But I'm going to tell you, some of you may be knowing these facts, but I'm going to tell you once again. We are having three stages in the examination. You know that. One is preliminary examination, then main examination, and then we are having the interview. Out of these three stages, preliminary and mains examination is mostly written. Prelims, it's a objective type paper only, but you can say that you will be getting a question paper and you will be answering for that. Okay, but when it comes to the personality test, it is completely in a dialogue mode, in a conversation mode. Okay, now which all subjects are helpful for you in both prelims and mains? So when you look at the prelims syllabus and the main syllabus, you will understand which all optional subjects will contribute to that prelims examination and also in the mains examination. So in that manner, you can see that PSIR means political science and international relation is one subject which actually contributes in prelims and mains. Economics is another subject which contributes in prelims and mains. Geography is another subject which contributes in prelims and mains. History, public administration, law, which contributes in prelims and mains. When it comes to the main subject, sociology contributes to main, anthropology contributes to the mains examination, philosophy, psychology contributes to the mains examination, and other subjects will also contribute to this examination, but not in a very large extent. Very small percentage you will be able to see their contribution, but these subjects contributions are really huge. When it comes to the mark, you can see that these subjects really contribute to a lot in the prelims and the mains, and also these four subjects will contribute a lot in the mains examination. So now please go through these subjects carefully: PSIR, economics, geography, history, public administration and law, sociology, anthropology, philosophy and psychology in the mains examination. Now coming to the PSIR, political science and international relations. In prelims examination, you will definitely get questions from Indian Constitution and international relations. Okay, world affairs or international relations. Basically from current affairs you will get. So that you will be able to study in PSIR. Governance, sometimes you will get questions that you will be able to study in PSIR. Economics, in the examination they used to ask questions about the international economic organizations and all. So you will get those kinds of questions, and it will be there in economics. If you study economics properly, you have to cover these things also, and this is exactly applicable in the mains examination also. PSIR, general studies 2, and economics, it will be coming in general studies 3. Economic development. Then geography, definitely it's a very important subject in prelims and mains. Okay, general studies 1 it is actually coming. History, general studies 1, both important in prelims and mains. Public administration, some aspects of constitution or some aspects of governance you will be studying here, so that you can say that it will also contribute to prelims and mains. General studies 2. Law, another important subject, and in law also you will be able to go through certain concepts in Indian Constitution that will contribute to you in the prelims and also in the mains. Okay, now coming to sociology, anthropology, philosophy, psychology, these subjects also will contribute to you in the mains examination, especially when you are actually dealing with general studies paper 1 and all. Okay, you will get support from these subjects. Okay, so I hope this part is also clear. Now you are getting a clarity regarding the amount of overlapping coming in various subjects, especially in connection with the general studies papers. Okay, is that clear up to now? Can you give me a thumbs up? Is that clear? Are you able to follow me? Yeah. Thank you. Now, one of your parameter was the toppers optional subject, right? How toppers are actually choosing the optional subject, and how if I am also following that particular optional, I will be also really, it will be really good for me to score really well in the examination. This is our mindset. If the topper is actually doing well, then that I can also mimic that. I'll be also able to do that, so that I will also get really good marks. I will be there in the top list. This mindset will be there, right? So if you look at the last 10 years of the toppers, you can see the optional papers they have actually chosen. So now you tell me how many optional papers are actually repeating in the last 10 years. Rank holder, first rank holders, all these people are first rank holders. How many optional papers are actually repeating? You please tell me. Okay, 2 optional papers are repeating. 1 optional paper is repeating. Okay. Anyways, which means out of this 10 candidates, they have chosen almost around 8 subjects, different subjects. So one person has chosen electrical engineering. Electrical engineering. So if that person has scored really well in electrical engineering, do you think you can also score really well in electrical engineering? Do you think? No. Right. If one person has scored really well in political science and international relations, do you think you will also be scoring really well in that particular subject? If you are from a really different background, or if you are not at all interested in that subject. Another person has chosen history, another person has chosen anthropology, public administration, mathematics, anthropology, Kannada literature, PSIR, geography, economics. So these are their, their selections. This is how they have actually chosen their optional subject. So can you tell me whether they were the toppers in that particular subject? Can you tell me whether they are the toppers in that particular subject? So suppose if you're taking history, or if you're taking anthropology, do you think that person is the topper in that particular optional subject in that year? Do you think so? No. Which means if people who have actually got less marks than him, or less ranks than him, but that person has got more marks in that particular optional subject. So here what we need to understand, it is not about how toppers are choosing their optionals. Toppers, how they are becoming toppers? Because they worked really hard, they understood the subject clearly, they were able to recollect, they were able to reproduce the contents clearly in a perfect manner in the answer sheet. That is why they were toppers. And that is not only in the optional subject, they performed really well in essay and also in the general studies subjects. That is the reason why they got really good marks in written, and when they go to the personality test, they got really good marks. Combining together, their rank will be decided. Okay, so whatever toppers take, it will not affect you. Okay, if you are choosing the right optional for you, this will not be a matter for you. What topper has chosen will not be a matter for you. Now, coming to the crucial strategy part, what you have to do here. Now, I have told you about the subjects, the optional subjects available, and I have classified it also, and I've also told you how this particular subject is overlapping with prelims and mains, and also with mains. Okay, this much information I have given you. Then I have shown you how the toppers have selected their optional papers if you look at the last 10 years examination. Okay. Now it is time for you to choose your optional. I'm not saying that today you have to choose your optional, but whatever I'm going to tell you, this practice will definitely help you to choose your optional. For that, the first thing and the foremost thing that you need to do is the syllabus understanding. Okay, UPSC syllabus understanding. What you need to do? Take the printout of the optional subject syllabus. Okay, for all these optional subjects I have shown you, we have a detailed syllabus for that in the UPSC notification. So you will be able to get it from the syllabus, what all things are actually covered in each optional subject. So now you have already told me you are confused about 3 subjects. I have 3 subjects in my mind, but I'm confused about which one to choose. Take 3 subjects optional syllabus. Paste it in the wall or keep it with you. Go through the syllabus. When you are going through the syllabus itself, you will know whether that subject is familiar to you or not, whether you are able to learn that subject or not. That is the first step. Before jumping into getting advices from others, this is the first exercise that you need to do. Okay, take whichever subject you are interested in, take that and go through the syllabus of that particular subject. First thing. Okay, make sure that you do it today. Okay, at least you download it and at least you read it once today, whichever subjects you are actually getting confused. That is the first part. Syllabus, UPSC syllabus understanding. Now, this is an exercise for you. A very, easy exercise, a very, interesting exercise. Choose your favorite dish, your favorite food items. Out of this, okay, it might be included in this one or you may be having a separate one also, but try to choose from this particular, recipes or from dishes. You can actually choose one, which is your favorite dish. Okay. Can you give me in the chat section, which is your favorite dish? Yes. Others? If your favorite dish is not here, absolutely fine. You can give that name also. Okay. Biryani. Then, okay, very good. So we have got certain responses and all these responses are different, which means your interest towards this food item is different. You may be getting 100 food items, but you are going to choose the one in which you are actually interested in, or with the food item in which is favorite for you, which you like most, which you think it's more delicious. Okay, this is how the selection process goes, right? It is exactly the same for the optional selection also. Why I am saying this? Interest matters. Your interest matters. Suppose your advisors or your guides or your teachers or your friends, they are actually telling you to select a subject. Suppose you are not good at that particular subject and you don't like to study that subject also, but they have told you that this is the subject in which you can actually score really good marks. Okay, now if you're taking that subject, what will happen? You can imagine what is going to happen. If you're studying something that you don't like, you will lose interest in studies. You are not consistent in your studies, and that inconsistency will affect in the other areas also, because you are studying whatever you say, all these things are learning only. When it is affecting one part of your learning, it will have its own implications in other part of learning also, which means your interest towards general study subject study will also go down. So make sure that your interest really matters. If you are not interested in a particular subject, please don't choose it. Because you are getting certain guidance or advices like this, please don't choose it. If you have core interest in that, if you like that particular subject, choose that subject. This is the first and foremost rule. Whether toppers have chosen a particular subject, that doesn't matter at all. Okay? Whether you are interested in that subject, that really matters. Is that clear? Okay. So that is the first point, your interest. Now, I think the number of subjects, the options will reduce now because your interest matters. Second one, your understanding matters. What is regarding this understanding part? So one understanding is like your graduation. So I believe that the people who are attending this session are graduates. You have already gone through 3 years of your graduation, or 4 years of your graduation, or 5 years of your graduation, whatever it is. You have gone through that and you have learned a particular subject. If you are confident that I can reproduce these contents really well in the examination, then it is absolutely fine. Your understanding, you have that core understanding. But if you are in a category where you studied that subject, you have written the examination well, you got really good marks, but I am not able to recollect information. I was not following that particular subject properly. I don't have that interest also. After joining the graduation only, I understood that I'm not interested in that particular subject. There may be people who are in this category. So your understanding is really low. Now, another important understanding that comes from starting this preparation part itself. Because when you're actually going through general studies, okay, general studies papers, you have multiple subjects in that: history, geography, economics, international relations, multiple subjects. When you are studying that, you have certain liking towards the particular subject. You feel like this subject is really comfortable for me. Okay, I'm sure that I'll be able to score really well in this. If you have such an understanding, that will also matters. So understanding, your core understanding really matters. So how will you know this? Again, go back to the syllabus. You go to the syllabus. If you have studied that subject also, you just go and see the syllabus. Then you will understand whether whatever you have studied, is it connecting here? Or if it is not connecting, and if you feel like, no, this is not the right subject for me, then you don't need to select that. You should not compel yourself to select a particular subject. Okay, that should be automatically happening. Okay, because you should be having that liking and interest towards that subject. Now we have seen that the toppers, they have chosen multiple subjects, different subjects, but they were able to score really well, and they were able to come in the first rank. How is it possible? Because of their dedication, because they were interested in that subject, they studied really well, they were able to reproduce that content really well. That's it. It's not about which subject you are choosing. It's about your interest, your understanding. That is the second point, understanding. Now, time. Time really matters. Okay. There are people who would like to prepare for 2026 examination, and there are people who would like to write the 2025 examination. If you are somebody preparing for 2025, how many months you have for studying this? Very less. Now, if you are choosing an optional, you should be very wise, because you don't have that much time to invest for that particular subject. Because I'll say, if you are going in a very consistent manner, studying an optional, you may require around 4 to 5 months to complete this one, because you are not only studying this particular subject, you are actually studying other subjects also, general studies subjects also. So, and you will be taking tests, you will be going through mock tests, practice tests, etc. You will be going through the current affairs. Then you will have your own peer interview, not interviews, like your discussion groups, and all those things are actually going on every day, right? So in that time, in that tight schedule, if you're able to spend at least some time for your optional, you will be able to finish this particular optional in 4 to 5 months or 6 months maximum. Okay, if you are very keen, if you are highly dedicated, if you are spending, too much time or a lot of time for this, then you will be able to finish it within 3 months. I'm pretty sure about it. But do you have that time? The optional in which you are choosing, do you have that time? If you have studied that optional in your graduation, suppose, and you are confident that you'll be able to do really well in that, then if there is little time also, you'll be able to do it because you have interest, you have understanding, you will be able to do it. If you have studied that subject in your general studies papers and you are pretty sure that you will be able to perform really well in that, then you have interest, you have some kind of understanding, and you will be able to perform really well. Okay, so this is how you need to choose. So time also matters, whether you have time or not. Please don't think like after I clear the prelims examination, I will go and study for the optionals. Please don't think like that. You won't be able to finish it because in the mains examination, you are not only going with the optional papers, you have many other papers also, even essay preparation also. You should start from the beginning itself, so that your work will be really easy. You don't need to pressurize yourself. Your work will be really, really easy. Okay, so take a decision based on time also. How much time you will be able to invest for studying this? Do you have that time? Do you have the luxury of spending that time? Okay, that also you need to think about. Okay, now identifying the right materials, right study materials. This is also very important because when I am discussing with some of the students, they are actually asking me, they have certain complaints regarding, so some of the subjects I'm not getting enough study materials, I'm not getting enough guidance. So that is also a challenge. So you should also see whether you have proper study materials for that, whether you have proper guidance for that particular subject. That is also really, really important. There are certain common subjects I've already told you, you will get a lot of guidance from everywhere. Okay, many people are there, many resource books are available, so you will get that. But if you are taking certain specific subjects which people usually don't take, then it will be difficult for you. That is one part, identifying the study materials. Another part is like, this is for students who are already having an idea about the subjects, 2-3 subjects in their mind. What you need to do, you just go through a study resource, a book, a resource book for that particular subject. If you are interested in 2 subjects, get 2 books for that. If you have money, or if you can actually get it from some of your friends or in some other sources, if you are able to get, absolutely fine. But make sure that you get a book, a textbook for that particular subject. If it is 2 different subjects, just get the textbooks for those 2 different subjects and go through that. Don't study, but go through those textbooks and try to understand whether you are able to focus. Try to see whether you are able to concentrate and study that concepts clearly, whether you are able to follow that concepts clearly. Then when you are going through 2 textbooks, 2 subjects textbooks, you will understand, okay, this subject is not good for me because this is a new subject for me. I don't have time. I won't be able to spend that much time, and I have to go through from the foundation onwards, I need to go through it. So I will not get that time, and I don't have time also. I won't be able to spend that much time. I'm not that much interested in spending that much time. Now, which is the right option for you? A subject in which you are all familiar with, or when you are going through the textbook, you feel like, okay, this subject I'll be able to finish. Maybe it's a new subject for you, but by going through the textbooks, you understand that this is easy. I can actually finish it. Very less, the vast, it is not vast at all. It is very less specific. So I'll be able to finish it. You have that confidence. If you have that confidence, you can choose that. Identifying the right study materials. Okay. So when you have already chosen the subject also, you need to identify the right study materials, because that is really, really important. Now, watch expert advices. This is also very important, but it has its own negatives also. Okay, when you keep on watching the toppers' advices, many toppers will give you different advices. Why? Because they have chosen only one optional subject. So how can they give their experiences on other subjects? So they will be giving you experiences about that particular subject. Then you are watching another topper who is actually speaking, who has already taken another important optional subject. Suppose the first topper is actually talking about history. The second topper is telling you about the mathematics. Another person is actually telling you about PSIR. Another person is actually telling you about mechanical engineering. Now you are confused, right? Because from their perspectives, they will be saying that, oh, this subject is easy for me, because that subject is easy for them. Okay, so when you are watching these expert advices, please be very careful about it. Don't confuse yourself. Okay, if you are interested in history, just go for optional subjects, okay, or expert talk on optional subject history. Then you will get some suggestions. Go through it. That's it. Don't spend too much time for watching advices, because more advices you get, you will be more confused. Okay, so that is another important thing you need to remember. So you will get a lot of advices from toppers, from mentors, from teachers, everywhere. Resources are easily available. The only thing is, like, you need to choose the right ones. Okay, watch expert advices, another important one. Now, master the PYQs, the most important strategy that you can follow in optional subject. Master the PYQs. At least go through last 10 years of question papers on that particular optional subject. Okay, so you are familiarizing yourself with the syllabus, then you are familiarizing yourself with the subject book. Okay, we are actually getting a resource book, then you are trying to familiarize with the PYQs. These three things will actually tell you whether this particular subject is right for you or not. If it is not right for you, you can actually choose another one. No problem in that. But this lecture is not there for people who are actually writing 2025 examination. For those people, you need to decide. Okay, you don't have time. You need to understand that you don't have time, and within limited time frame, you should be able to cover the topics clearly. So this is the the challenge that you have in front of you. Okay, is that clear? Whatever I have told you right now, till now, is that clear? Yeah. Okay. So now you are getting some clarity regarding how to choose your optional, right optional. Are you getting that clarity? These are the guidelines you can actually follow. These are certain advices you can actually follow. Please keep these things as the parameters. So I have shown you certain parameters, a lot of parameters in the beginning, but all those things are not applicable for you. But some of them are actually crucial for you. Okay, so that is the most important aspect. Now, another important area where how we can help you. Okay, how we can help you in the sense how I can help you in your preparation journey. So after this, we will be going through the doubt clearance. I've got some doubts in the chat section, so we'll be going through the doubt clearance. So how we can help you? First of all, one of the major challenge in this preparation journey is getting the right resources. Okay, you will get a lot of resources. There is no doubt in that. You will get a lot of resources, but right resources is really important. And if you have many resources for a particular topic, then that is also problematic. You should be able to understand the topic first, and then you go for updating your knowledge. Absolutely fine, but make sure that you understand the concept clearly. Then for updations, you can actually choose other resources. Absolutely fine. Okay, so here I'm the academic head at IPM IAS Academy. So here we are offering a program which is this UPSC Civil Services Examination, and it is one of the most affordable course in India. And we would like to give 10 times the value that the money that you're actually giving us. You would like to give that 10 times value. And according to your study techniques, according to your time frame, according to your convenience, you will be able to study these concepts very clearly. In a slow and steady manner, you will be able to study. Let me show you the screenshot of how these classes will go. So we will be having free sessions. Okay, we will be having exactly study plans for you. In each study plan, that means it is actually coming in weeks, and each week you will be having study topics. And here in the economic part, you will be able to see the contents. You will be able to see how the contents are actually given. It is not a 1 hour or a 2 hour lecture. It is very topic specific. So you can actually understand the topic really, really well. So let me show you the content here. I hope the screen is visible for you. Okay. So these are some of the courses available. So here you can see a lot of courses which are of high value, that is prelims 2026 course. Some of the students are already there. So you don't need to worry about this particular course also, because this course is already included in the 2026 course. Okay. But this course is really, really crucial. That is the UPSC Civil Service Examination. And I will tell you the content section. Once you are going to the content sections, you can see there are free sessions. First free sessions is for you to watch, okay, whether this is the right thing for me, whether they have the quality or not, whether they are providing good quality materials or not, or their teaching skill is really good or not. You can actually check through this free session. It is already available there. Now we have the strategies, because as a beginner you need to have a strategy. So now I was telling to you about the strategy for selecting the right optional, but here this is for the entire examination. So how the exam, understanding the exam in detail, understanding the syllabus, importance of positive mindset, setting goals, understanding foundation, how to read NCERT, how to read newspaper, how to manage your time, understanding general studies subjects, that means decoding the subjects, then overcoming the exam fear, understanding PYQs, and then the most important aspect, how to learn that part, that is the learning skill development. Then another important area is the study plan. Okay, so you can see that more than 800 videos are there in the study plan. So we always start our study plans or our studies from the foundation itself. So if you look at week 1, what all things you need to study? First, you need to set your goal and set your mindset. That is the most important or the prominent thing that you need to do. So these are some of the lectures there. Set your goals, mindfulness, self-regulation, learning skill. So once you go through it, you are set. Okay, your mindset is clear regarding how to prepare for this. Now you need to go through the NCERT. In the first week, you will be going through the class 6 NCERT classes. So here you can see the class 6 NCERT classes, right? So it's only 11 minutes, 10 minutes, or 19 minutes. This is how the classes are arranged, which means you don't need to wait for hours. Okay. You have economic classes. Okay. This is the first week. These are the things you need to finish in the first week. That is most important. Like that, we have every week you will be having subjects. Week 2, week 3, week 4, like that, around 26 weeks are there. In 26 weeks, you will be able to finish the entire study materials. Suppose if you are going through the week 8, okay, these are advanced. After you finish all your NCERT classes, you will be going through the advanced classes. So here, history advanced classes are there. So it's actually starting from 60, which means all the other classes were there in the previous weeks. 60, 61, rulers and administration, then Pallavas, then Chalukyas, Sangam Chola, Sangam Society, Rajaputana, then Palas, Rashtrakuta. So these are the things that you need to complete in that particular week. Okay, so this is all in order only. Then coming to the economic classes, these are all advanced classes. That is history of taxation in India, meaning of tax, direct tax, indirect tax, goods and services tax, banking system, commercial bank, reserve bank. All these things, if you look at, you can see the duration also: 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 27 minutes, 13 minutes, 14 minutes, which means it is all topic specific. That is the most important aspect. These are all topic specific. If you follow it in the right manner, no? If you're actually following it, then that will really help you. So like that, all the subjects, all the general studies subjects are actually covered in this one. Okay, and it is having more than 1000 videos, short and 1200 short and specific videos are there, topic specific videos, which actually help you to cover the entire civil service preparation journey. So these are all regarding the general studies part. Okay, now if you look at geography, I can show you. These are some of the geography concepts: geomorphology, plate tectonics, then interior of the earth, then lithosphere, earth, igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, all those aspects are actually covered. So the most important element here is, like I've already told you, we would like to provide 10 times value for your money. Okay, you won't be able to find a course like in this price. So the most important aspect is we would like to give quality training at affordable price. So here you can actually see that the entire course price is 12,000 only, and that too, if you're finding it difficult, you will be able to pay in 2 different installments. Okay, so once you pay the money, you will get the entire course. The first installment itself, you will get the course. Then after that, 1 month after first payment, you can actually make the second payment, and for 1 year you can simply go through these studies, and the current affairs will keep on be adding in this particular section, the current affairs part. You can see it here, the current affairs section. Okay, after study plan, it is completely current affairs only. See, these are all current affairs topics. World Bank, LICO, Tiger, Preventive Detention, Buddhist Council, G7 countries, like that. More than 200 current affairs concepts are already there, and it will keep on adding. Okay, current affairs is dynamic, so it will be keep on adding for you. Okay, so this is regarding the course. So you can always go and purchase this course. One thing that you need to do is you can actually download IPM IAS app, IPM IAS app. In the app, you will be able to get the courses, or in our YouTube channels, you can actually go to the IPM IAS application. The links are already available there. Okay, you can go and buy that. Okay, if you are really good at your optional subject, you have all chances to increase the mark for you. Okay, so usually on an average for all GS subjects except essay and optional, on an average, if you are writing really good, you may get around 450 to 550 or 600. That much you will be able to get, but that range only you will be able to get based on your performance in the examination. So if you are scoring really well in this optional subject, out of 500 marks, if you are able to score more than 300 marks, then if you have already scored around 500 marks, then if you are getting 300 marks for the optional subject, now your total mark will be 800. Now in the essay, out of 250, if you are able to score 120 mark, which means your total mark will be 920 written marks. So you have seen the toppers mark, the written marks. Most of them are actually getting 899, 900, 915, 13, and all those. Those are all really high marks. Now in the interview, if you can score average mark also, suppose if you are able to score around 130 marks, you will get more than 1030 or 1040 or something like that. So which will actually give you more advantage, and it will also help you to be in the top list. So the only thing is, like, when you are choosing the option, you need to be very careful about whether you are interested in that option or not, whether you have that that passion to learn that particular subject. That may be coming from your foundation, where in your graduation, if you have already done that, that will come from there. Or while you are studying the general studies subjects, if you are passionate about a particular subject, maybe you are from a engineering background, and when you are actually going through the general studies, you understood that political science or Indian polity is really good, it's really interesting for me, or history is really interesting for me, or economy is really interesting for me, then it's absolutely fine. The only thing is, you need to go through the syllabus first. You have to go through at least one study resource, or you can actually go through the expert advices also. They will talk about the entire syllabus, how the topics are actually given in this particular subject. They will talk about it. Just watch that, so that you will get an idea, okay, whether it will be okay for me or not. Whether I'll be able to follow it properly, whether I'll be able to understand it properly. You will get that idea. Then the last one is PYQs. The last 10 years PYQ, just go through it. Then you will understand whether this subject is the right option for you or not. Okay, so that is the perfect way in which you can actually score really well in the examination. Two options, let's say Tamil and PSIR. The syllabus for Tamil is easy, but I feel it's time consuming while writing. As for PSIR, though the syllabus is As for the PSIR, though the syllabus is huge, I feel I can finish with the given time. Which should I consider prefer more? Here, here should I focus on time or my interest? Okay, I would say both. Okay, first one is interest. Okay, if you have time also, if you are not interested in that subject, then that's gone. So interest really matters. So please go through these steps I have already told you. First, the syllabus. If you have already gone through the syllabus, absolutely fine. Then take a study material or watch a video which actually talks about the entire syllabus for that particular subject. Then you will have an idea regarding what is that subject all about. Now, go through the PYQs, whether you are able to crack the code. You won't be able to give the answers for everything. I'm pretty sure about it because you are not prepared for it. Okay, that is absolutely fine. But whether you are able to answer for some of the questions or whether you feel like these questions are familiar to me or not, that will decide whether this is the right option for you or not. Okay, so you can actually follow this. And okay, Swadhika, I think Swadhika, you are already there in our courses, so you will definitely get support. We will have our discussions in our mentoring sessions also. We can discuss more about it. Yes. Can I choose English as an optional language subject? It's not an Indian language, so I'm confused. Is it really a part of the list? Yes, it is really a part of the list. You can definitely take English literature. It is not a language subject, it's a literature. English literature only will become the optional subject. You can definitely choose that. But the thing is, if you have finished graduation in English literature, English subject also, please go through the syllabus once. Please go through the one or two materials in which they provide the content for this particular subject and also the PYQs. Again, I'm telling you these three things. You go through. If you are interested in that, if you have time and all, then these three things you need to do. That will help you whether this is the right subject for you. There is no right subject. Right subject in the sense there is no right subject that is same for all. Okay, please try to understand it very carefully. Okay, there is no one common subject which is actually easy for all, which will fetch marks for all. There is no common subject. It is all based on your interest. It is all based on how you are actually performing in that subject. That matters. Okay, I hope that part is clear. Do you have any other doubts regarding it? Yes. So now let me unmute you so that you can actually share your experience after going through this particular session. What are your ideas, or what are your insights? What are your learnings from this particular session? Please do share it with me.
Hello.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, so this was a very informative session for me because I got to know more about the exam pattern. Like I did not know about how much was the total marks or details like that. And also I did not know that English was also a part of the languages, so it cleared that confusion for me. So overall it was a very informative, and it makes me think about my optional subject more now. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So what you can do is, if you are having an idea about which subject to choose, at least you have a list with you. Then the only thing is you go through these practices. That will definitely help you. Yes. Yes, sir. Correct me if I'm wrong. Though I have foundation in one subject, but my interest is in other, so I can focus on the interest subject, right? Yes, definitely you can focus on the interested subject, but do this activity. Because whatever you are learning in general studies papers, it may not be the same when you are actually going to the optional subject. It will go into the deeper aspects of it. Okay, so when you are actually going to the deeper aspect, then you need to memorize certain things. You need to connect it really properly. You should be able to connect it. You should have a proper story to connect also. So whether these things are working for you or not, you need to find the answer for it. Then if you are getting that answer, if you are convinced about that answer, then that is the right option for you.
Hi, sir. Regarding that feedback, initially I had a confusion on my optionals, to be frank. But then since that one slide which showed which subject comes in prelims and mains, so it's it covers the aspects in prelims and mains. So it was
Yes.
now I have a before me, I was having a very vague idea of that. But after seeing that slide, I could like brief down my ideas in the optional. And I think I have my subject for the optional also.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So this is what I have actually shared with you during our mentoring session. No, I've shared with you. That we will be giving you the real statistics regarding how to choose the right optional. The optional, we won't be able to tell you this optional you should choose. That is not correct also, because what is right for me is not right for you. What is actually easy for me is not easy for you. So that you need to choose, but we can actually help you with the path, how to choose that, how to go in a practical manner, how to choose that particular subject. That we will be able to help you. I think that we have actually done that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this session. I hope you have learned something from this. And thank you, everyone who are actually watching it recorded mode also. Thank you so much, because many of you have actually registered for it. Many of you have actually told me that you won't be able to join the live sessions, but this recording will be available for you so that you will learn how to choose your right optional. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you.